It's Madden NFL 24, and everyone's watching Roschon Johnson. It was a nice performance in his last outing, almost 170 yards on the ground. It's the Bears and the Commanders under the lights on Thursday night.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. And tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Howell, first play, going to throw it. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Decent run, maybe hoping for a little bit more. Does those set up third and manageable?
And every play that's run, if it's blocked perfectly and executed perfectly, it's set up to go for a touchdown, right? But I like the way you described that one. Just get into a third and manageable, nice decision-making, and took care of the football.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
There are 7 categories.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This will be fielded at the 17. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Bears take over. So here come the Bears to take over on offense behind their 3rd-year quarterback, former Ohio State Buckeye Justin Fields.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
Keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the gun, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 39 yards there, a big one.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Entering play call, divide, there 10, concept, medium, quick pass, option, run. Inside zone, zone split W, AHB/FK and ARV.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run with a 4th-round pick, Roschon Johnson. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now a timeout as they tend to the injured player, and not the man they would want to see. That's Chris Olave getting medical attention.
Entering play call,
the medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
WK, AHB zone WK.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They go to Johnson again, and he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Inside. Entering for instant call, shell, super stats, coaching. Pop-up medical center is selected. Entering injury report screen for rows 4 columns left filter bears right filter all player position WR player name Sealov injury type chest injury length TBG entering play call inside zone parallel categories
Near the line of scrimmage. Actually nowhere to run there.
Player area 9 Chris Log Cole Komet Justin Fields, Jonathan Mingo, Power Alert Bubble, Slot Hook, Pabu, Slot Hook.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Fields. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Entering play call, pick FGY shot, field goal 43 yards, unplanned, error, player, error 9, formation, error 9, constant screen, play act, keep pass, medium, keep pass, divide, error 10 categories.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Here we go.
They snap it to Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
Corner strike, bench swap, corner strike.
Here we go.
2nd down and 8. And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now it's Fields. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago.
Entering play call.
A great play there.
There are 9
His
categories.
6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win. But we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They've got a chance of coming out with the W.
Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 13 carries, 56 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Powell's throw taken in by Samuel. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
Samuel gets him the first, and he's somebody's value for more than just his receiving work. Sure, he had over 600 yards, but he also had almost 200 rushing yards, and the team loves using him as an additional ball carrier.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Look at this Bears defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Here's Howell. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Entering play
This defense for the Bears, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 22. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes, we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
This time they'll throw it with Howell.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter.
2nd down, Howell now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Howell now to throw it.
And that is incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Entering friend op quiz in call challenge soup stat coaching. Pop-up medical center is selected. Entering injury report screen. 3 rows, 4 columns. Left filter Bears, right filter all player name A. Rogers. Position. Injury type. Position. Player name no injured players. Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. This from 32 yards away.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Entering
Talk about this Washington defense. Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Fields. And again back to Komet.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Entering play
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Quick pass, option, run. Inside zone, there. Inside zone. AHD zone WK.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
The Bears at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Kari Blessing, Jonathan Mingo. Justin Fields. Justin. Red auction. Red auction. Red auction.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On the option right is Fields.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
On play action, Fields.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
There's Jamin Davis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, bringing the pressure that time.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Here's Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, Chicago brings out Trenton Gill.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line.
He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards at first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. Second down and a run by Robinson.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Robinson with another carry.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll go play action. Howell. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Entering play call.
Maybe that ball's 2 yards shorter. It's going to give them the lead because you have a receiver running free there. That's a tough one to miss on.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Howell. Complete. It's Dotson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
Good footwork at the 30. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and a yard. Howell, he'll look to throw it.
This will be caught at Samuel.
Touchdown, Washington.
Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown on the year.
And Washington has taken the lead.
What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Joey Sly on for the extra point.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Entering play call, special teams, you have 6 options. Return left leg is selected.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Bears offense ready to get going again. The last series for a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3
Fields
options.
and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
To throw is Fields. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
So
roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accused the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Up the middle, Johnson.
And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory.
For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week, there isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, it would take that kind of production.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Again, it's Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
From the 50, here's Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Entering play call switch. Concept, there. Formation, there are. Gun plan, there are 9. Coach suggestion, recent, there are. Favorites, there are 9. Personnel, there are 9. Play type, there are. Option. Run. AHP inside zone.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Johnson, DJ, Chris Alog, Strong Curl. X post cross.
Here we go.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
Montez Sweat in good form there as he sacks another quarterback. And he's in good form in 2022 as well. Put up 8 sacks coming off of an injury-shortened campaign the year prior.
Expos, Strunker, option is set to Expos, spacing, and around the spacing.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here's Fields.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Jonathan Allen, the former 1st-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
And
You rank one from the bottom in statistics. It's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks. But somehow they got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know they're 31 and 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league.
Third and long. It's Fields. They'll check this down to Johnson. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff. And just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
No jump, ready?
They snap it to Fields.
This is caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver. They get the 1st down. It's now 1st and goal.
Play type, error. Concept, error. Quick pass, option, run. Inside, zone split WK.
Here we go, son.
Johnson. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Run. Inside. Power. AHP power low.
Here we go. All right. Go.
Johnson again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had no command that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now Howell.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here's Howell.
That's Samuel, caught left side.
That's tough to play zone defense where they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're talking about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
His throw incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Howell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. 53 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Robinson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. This time they'll throw it with Howell.
Thomas brings it in. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They'll run with Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Commanders have moved out in front.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots and going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Sly on for the extra point.
It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that one an 11-play drive.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Chicago offense set to get started. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call.
Alexander Johnson there on the stop.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that with no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Fields now to throw. And he is caught.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Entering play call, divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options. Scheme divide is
So the
selected.
big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Dumping it off for Johnson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
But it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Jonathan Mingo, power alert, slot hit.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Back to throw, Fields. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Player, error, formation, error, concept, error, medium, quick pass, launch, run. Inside zone, zone split WK, AHD/FK and R.
2nd and 10.
Now a handoff, Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Bears. Chris Olave, 33 yards. And the Bears have yet again retaken the lead.
And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch. And he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories.
Now the point after try for Santos.
Have empty selected.
It's up and good to make it 21-17. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And running with power here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
84 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Throwing here, Howell.
And his throw here is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield and man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
And Howell will throw it.
And Thomas has it. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Sam Howell
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. As his guys have now moved out in front.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Slide for the PAT.
And that one gives him a 3-point lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left leg selected.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
On play action, Fields. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
Categories, concept, there are 9 categories, play type, there are 9 categories, personnel, there are 9 play type, quick pass, option, run, screen pass, play action pass, deep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Here's Fields. Throw left side, pulled in by Mingo.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard
line. Play call, divide. There are 10 categories.
Passing game nowadays, and the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness is a premium for all of that now.
Complete. It's Johnson. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill.
On his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
From the gun.
Eluding the pressure right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I think the defense surprised if there was that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Powell out of the shotgun.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
There are 7 categories.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Someone's been having a good game so far. And you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Powell down to throw it.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line.
A big play there just before halftime. 63 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Robinson will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
Second and goal from the 1.
Robinson diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Well, finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now Joey Sly for the point after.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Entering play call, concept. There are 9 categories. There are 10 subcategories.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Entering play call, divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Now Fields.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Call, divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options. Scheme divide. Concept. There. Play action pass. Keep pass. Divide. Switch. Portland. Mills. 4 verticals.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's done everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. The final shot before break. Fields. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Some great games on the docket for this weekend, the first being at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. The early start between the Bills and the Jags. In the late afternoon games, one to keep an eye on for sure will be in Minneapolis, where it'll be the Vikings taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, a rematch of the 2nd ever Super Bowl, Packers and Raiders from Las Vegas at 8:15 Eastern Time. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Bears offense set to go to begin the 3rd quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Play call. Y option. Keep attack. Slot outs.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Quan Martin there on the tackle.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. We'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33.
First down, Chicago.
Running from the gun, Johnson shoves him aside. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, here's Fields. That's caught by Mingo, right side. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
Entering play call, divide, barrier 10 category, concept, barrier 9 category, play action pass. Keep medium, with path, option, run. Inside, power. AHP power O.
Here we go, son.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson.
Montez Sweat with a tackle.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now 2nd and 5.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Now it's Fields. That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown, Bears.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Bears have cut it back within a score.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15
Santos
options.
now to add the PAT.
Selected.
And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Special teams. You have 6
so
options.
that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here is Washington now to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here.
There are 7 categories.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7. Second down. Howell now.
And a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Howell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Entering play
expression,
call,
it's
coach
not my night.
suggestions. There are
It
7
hasn't been his so
categories.
far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to
Entering
third
play
down.
call, coach
Defensively, we always
suggestions.
know that
There
he
are
is
7
tough in run
categories.
support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
And this is going to be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the
Entering
one
play
right
call,
there,
coach
forcing the
suggestions.
incompletion
There are
and
7
bringing up 4th down.
categories.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full
Entering
length of the
play
field
call,
for their
play
touchdown.
action,
So here,
keep
much
pass.
easier, Charles,
Divide.
with this
There are
better
10
starting field
categories.
position.
I love your
Actions,
sarcasm,
team
but
divide
I
is
love even
selected.
more your observation, because look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Entering play call, divide, concept, medium, quick pass, option, run. Inside zone, there are 11, zone split WK.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Pretty big plays there back-to-back to begin this drive, and now they're already on the edge of the end zone.
Yeah, 1st and goal. This time for me to pay off those big guys up front. The only way they want to see the ball in the air is on a toss or a pitch. You want to run it into the end zone and show true dominance as they've exhibited in this drive.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
Fields. That's to Moore. He's got it. Touchdown, Bears.
A great play there, with now his second touchdown of this third quarter.
And the Bears have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
Santos with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff kick left is selected.
Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Commanders' offense set to take over.
And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You don't always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And
that's a good start right there. This game's changed pretty dramatically in the last few minutes. So now these guys are forced to play from behind here. And that's a positive first step towards claiming this lead right back.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Robinson on a give right side. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 7. Second down and a run by Robinson. They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Third and 3. On 3rd down, Robinson.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Now Howell. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I first down at will.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. At that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run this one right with Robinson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. They'll run again here with Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Howell, he'll look to throw it. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through, and that'll bring him back within a point. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, a field goal is going to be enough because, as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Since emerging from the locker room at intermission, he's looked pretty sharp, hasn't he?
He's running in his 3rd quarter like he got the orange slices at the end.
Oh, yeah. You remember when he got the orange slices, not the carrot stick. Oh, boy. There was always that mom, wasn't there?
There's always that mom. Wasn't yours, wasn't mine. All right, they brought the carrot sticks. But this guy, orange slices, and been reading the Surface tablet, watching the defenses, and he's made some nice adjustments.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold it to just a yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Concept, medium, quick cut, up, run. In power. AHP power O.
Let's go, man. Here we go, Scott.
Up the middle, Johnson. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Play action pass, keep pass, medium pass, smash error, cutty corner strike.
Here we go.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field.
Entering play call.
And we've got a dandy here. 1-point game as we begin the fourth.
Run, screen pass, play action, keep pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Is selected.
To throw is Fields.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. DJ Moore. 49 yards.
And the Bears will add to their 4th quarter lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9
now
categories.
Now the point after try for Santos.
Options. Add attempt is selected.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders.
Just shy of the 30.
He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Howell.
Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards there on a Washington 1st.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The offense on third down tonight, well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 8.
Short throw there, caught by Thomas. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 4. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Howell from the gun. Throw right side complete to Dodson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts.
Here's Howell. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker.
And the Bears are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Inside zone split WK.
Here we go.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Here's Fields. And his throw is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hands. And that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Throwing on third down, Fields. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has been a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, it really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. It's fielded at the 45. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called, because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays, nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Robinson up the middle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. Robinson with another carry. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Entering
typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Howell's going to throw it. And he is caught. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Howell now to throw it. A quick throw there is incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
This now a 3rd and 4. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, Coach, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 3rd down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Entering
Stopped on the play by Jaquan Brisker. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
This time they'll throw it with Howell.
Short throw to the tight end Thomas. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try.
Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr.
from 21 yards away.
And the Commanders have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Enter hands team.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore, because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but taking it right down Broadway. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards.
Well, if you're a fan of offensive football, this game is for you, because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
Entering play call, divide. There are 10 categories. You have 3 options. Scene divide is selected. Concept, medium, quick path, option, run. Inside zone, zone split WK. AHB zone WK.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll hand it off now. Johnson breaks through the contact. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
AHB zone WK.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They go to Johnson again. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Cody Barton there to bring him down.
Entering play
right
call
back to it, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here we go, son.
2nd and 9.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Key pass. Divide. There are 10 categories.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 11.
From the gun, here's Fields. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Pat attempt
Santos now to add the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch.
Carlos Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Howell and the Commanders come up now 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
But this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground, because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Throwing here, Howell.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, here's Howell. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
Ball start. Offense.
Entering play call.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A gain of 32 that time.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
Entering play call, divide, there are 10 cat, concept, there, medium, quick pass, opt, run. Inside zone, there are power. AHP power O.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's going to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brent, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Johnson again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Ready?
Johnson.
Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Entering play
so the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Screen, play, keep pass, media, quick pass, option, run. Inside zone, AHD zone, WK.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Here we go with Johnson. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. Johnson kept out of the end zone on 4th down. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on...
Entering option, resume, call to now, challenge, stats, coach, stats, pop-up menu. You have 2 options. Game stats is player stats. Entering, team was, team Kai, player name J Field, QB rating 158 points, completions 29, attempts 35, rushing selected, yards 154, player name B Robinson Jr., player name R Johnson, attempts 30, attempts 35, yards 154, yards 98. Entering franchise screen, you have 7 options. Stats is selected.
Didn't get it there.
Entering
maybe
play
now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Howell. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
Here's 2nd down. Howell to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Howell 3rd and long from his end zone.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a
Entering
touchdown.
Play call,
this game's
coach
over.
Suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Let's go, baby.
4th down, 10 yards to go. 4th down, Howell, desperation time. He's got McLaurin, room past the 35. He's on his way. Terry McLaurin, touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 98 yards. And the Commanders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Here we go.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Inside zone split WK.
Here we go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on third down. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. So here we go now with Howell and the Commanders. Down by 2. A minute 13 to play. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Back to throw. Pass complete, Thomas, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's first and 10. He'll look to throw. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Oh, Hal loses it. And this is picked up by the Bears. Does the big boy have the juice? And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Pat attempt is selected.
Now the point after try for Santos. And that makes it a 9-point game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff kickoff is selected.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now throwing on 1st down here.
And a little floater there is incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Second down, Howell now.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Passing lanes, tough to come by with so many defensive backs on the field here late in the game. And it's not just the number of bodies, it's their quickness and their agility that makes it tough to complete a pass.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. So here we go, 4th down. Howell.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on down.
Entering, go, up, quit game, resume, inst, called, challenge play, super sim is stats, pop-up, player stats. Entering, team was, team Kai. Rushing selected, player name B. Robinson, player name R. Johnson, attempts 33, yards 98. Entering franchise, entering play call, inside zone, concept, play type, error, concept, screen path, play act, keep path, media, quick path, option, run, inside zone split WK.
Points of contact necessary at this stage as he'll run on 1st down. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, Here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Bears, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
the calendar changed October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.